Good morning, students. So now next continue with our earlier lecture, cloud service delivery models. So far we have covered infrastructure as a service and then platform as a service. Now let us talk about software as a service in detail. Now like you can read out here in this line, it provide a capability to the consumer to use providers applications running in a cloud infrastructure. So basically here users are more interested in using the applications which are being hosted in the cloud. So basically here this is the application layer which is being used by the consumers over a web interface, and of course these applications are provisioned in a form of GUI based interfaces. Here the customers has not that flexibility of doing customization in code and all that, because this provides a very limited, there are lots of constraints with in the topmost layer. You cannot do customization in the coding and all that, because this is not a PaaS platform service where we are more interested in developing a software. Here basically we are interested in using an application which is hosted in the cloud. Fine, and so this is basically consumers are using these applications, and these applications are using which infrastructure? Cloud service providers infrastructure. So this compute storage network is a part of infrastructure. So default infrastructure is given to this to run these applications, and some, yes, of course these applications are also using some backend platform like databases or operating system, etc. But these platforms and the infrastructure part, this is a by default given to run these applications, and we have no control in this part, platform and infrastructure. In case of SaaS services, we cannot see that this part, and this part is basically hidden from the users, consumers, and the consumers cannot see them, cannot configure them, cannot do any customizations, and can't don't have any transparency to see locations and all these things, configurations. Consumer or the cloud customers can only view the applications over the web as a GUI based interface and can use them. Like for example, you are using Gmail applications, right? So in a Gmail, you can you see that how many servers the Gmail applications are using in the backend? What is the configuration of those servers? How much memory it is occupying? What's the CPU bandwidth utilization when the traffic is happening? So you can't see all those things. The backend detail, which operating system is being used for running Gmail software and all that. So you are not using your even you can't see that code, server programming code and all that, because everything is hidden from you when you are using applications like Gmail, Facebook and all. So this is something, so I hope you got it now. And this complete stack including application is provided as a service. So this yes, of course this stack is provisioned, but again I'll tell you that the keep in mind that in software service, what is the difference between software service and other services? In software service, we have complete control on the applications which are you using, but basically the access related aspects and there are so many restrictions, and but we don't have any control in the this part, this is stack, the bottom layers of the stack, fine. Second, now here the billing is based on the application usage. Again, how much what is how many are you using it, and what which type of application you are using. Applications are accessible through a thin client. So basically thin client basically is called to the web browsers such as Chrome, Mozilla or Opera, whatever browser you're using. So these are client programs. So through the client programs only, these applications are being accessed through the cloud consumers, and the devices or the computer systems are called as client machines, over where the client programs installed, the browsers are installed. The billing SaaS, and you should remember some of the examples of SaaS as well, like Salesforce.com is SaaS, one of the SaaS vendor, EMC Moses Software Service Solution, and Google applications, Google Apps. You are using Google Docs and all these are also SaaS application. Microsoft Office 365, तो Microsoft का भी आप ये यूज़ करते हो, लाइक Gmail एप्लीकेशन की तरह यूज़ होता है कि Gmail एप्लीकेशंस, Google Docs, तो जो भी whatever application you're using, basically GUI based applications over the web without the need of installing them. These are an example of SaaS. So you just remember few examples under each category. It's very important. Okay, CRM is very popular. Customer Resource Management software is very popular SaaS software. So CRM is very costly. Otherwise, if the enterprises uses these software for maintaining their information related to customers and all. So instead of purchasing a complete CRM software, it's good to buy the subscription of the CRM through some of the service provider. And SaaS is very Salesforce.com is very popular in provisioning this service, application service, and many companies have registered for CRM with Salesforce. because of the easiness and easy suitability, easiness, flexibility, and the cost effectiveness of this application. So this was SAS. So I hope that you all got all these three models now: AS, PAS, and SAS. Okay, now these days, many in many of the books and in many conferences, people use this term XaaS, means everything as service. So nowadays, because the models we have discussed, they were the key models, key service delivery models. But nowadays, like anything can provision as service. Like you might have seen that machine learning is some of the service providers are offering machine learning modules as well. Like AWS is also supporting machine learning related modules. IBM Cloud is supporting machine related like Watson. So there are many different type of applications other than machine learning, like storage facilities. Some of the services are only specifically related to the security provisioning. Some are related to databases only, like you might have got RDS database or DynamoDB database of AWS. So nowadays anything can be provisioned as a service, whether it be security, application, process, information, database, storage, anything, testing. So basically, whatever the functionality cloud service provider is providing, that functionality is basically provision as service. तो जितने अगर कोई सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट में हमें कोई भी फंक्शन कोई मॉड्यूल यूज़ करना है तो उसको एज अ सर्विस हमें इनकॉपरेट करना पड़ेगा अपने प्रोजेक्ट में, फाइन, क्योंकि यहाँ पे हर चीज़ मॉड्यूलर वे में डिकम्पोज करके रखा हुआ है, एज अ सर्विस प्रोविजन किया जा रहा है. ठीक है, तो नाउ दिस इज द pyramid kind of classification. Everything is I have already discussed everything with you, but in short, just to remember the differences and just to remember the names, and this slide may be useful for you for having a quick revision of SAS, but the same thing is written here, which I have already explained. Fine.